All right, welcome to the show. The show is There's Always a Song. I'm Brent Buchanan from Pure Country here in Fredericton. And welcome to our third episode. And on the show, we have a gentleman that I haven't met before personally. I've been following him on Facebook, and his name is Anthony Gray. How you doing?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. There's Always a Song. Yeah. We're going to get to a song, a very interesting song.
Yes, very.
Coming up at the end of the show, and a song that you co-wrote with the gentleman, and we'll get to that in just a bit.
Yes.
You're not from Fredericton. You're from...
Originally from Kentville, Nova Scotia. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what made you come to Fredericton?
I had a buddy of mine from high school came here a year before me and said that St. Thomas was a great place for schooling and for me to come up to Fredericton, so I did.
Yeah.
And he was right. Fredericton's a great place. Schooling wasn't exactly the thing for me, but
some people are cut out for school, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And some people aren't.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not cut out for school.
Yeah.
Do you think I could start studying now for something? No. So you've been playing and enjoying music and focusing on music for a while now. I read a quick bio, and you made your stage appearance, your first stage appearance at the age of 5?
Yeah, I was talking to my father the other day, actually, and he was like, I think it was more around 4, but he's like, you better say 5. I was like, okay, sounds good.
So what kind of gig was that? It wasn't a bar.
It was just a Christmas thing at this club. I guess it was just like a family thing that they had going on, and my dad had a band that he was there with, and they got me up on stage to sing like 3 or 4 songs.
Yeah. Wow.
It was pretty fun.
Now you've done the Christmas Daddy telethon, you've done the IWK telethon, and you tell us about, you went to audition for Canadian Idol.
Yes, I did, yeah. 2005, actually I went 3 times, I didn't make it one time. But in 2005 was the first time I actually made it to Toronto. That was a crazy experience, but I voted out the very first day in that one. So 2006 I went back, and I didn't really bring anything new, so they didn't put me through.
Yeah.
And in 2008, I came back, and I kind of knew exactly who I could be as an artist. So they put me through there, and then I did a performance there. I did a City and Colour tune in Toronto and made my way to the second round there, and then it was the groups.
Okay.
And we were 4 guys that all played guitar, decided to put our guitars down and use somebody on keys.
Okay, so you're like a boy band.
It was a bad choice. It was a bad choice. Safe to say I was voted out right then and there. So,
all right, well, hey, a good experience.
Yeah, it was fun. It was really good.
Yeah.
I got to see, they had everything set up in the Rogers Stadium, so we were able to see the Blue Jays.
Oh, nice.
Bit. Yeah, there was a game going on. I think
love
they're playing the White Sox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toronto's a great city.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Now you have your own band now in Fredericton.
Yes.
The band is called The Mix.
Yeah, The Mix.
And you got a great band with you.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
You guys are insane.
A guy that I taught to play guitar, Brad Bailey, I taught him everything I know.
Did you? Yeah, he's insane.
He's insane.
It's quite wild. Like we're so excited. Like when we're on stage, it's all of us. We're exactly the same. We're all just watching one another go because we're all just like at the caliber. We're all just having so much fun.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to play with one another.
Yeah.
So it's really cool, and we'll just sit there and we'll watch Brad and we'll just be like, whew.
I know.
It's just like, man,
he's smoking.
He's so good.
Yeah. Andrew Kenny on bass guitar. He's been around a while.
He's the best bass player I've ever played with by far.
Yeah.
He keeps that trainer running. That's pretty much how he's smooth.
And the guy that's keeping the beat.
And then Mr. Allison Hovey.
Allison Hovey.
boy.
That's a great band you got.
Yeah, man, definitely.
And you're playing, and the name of the band's The Mix.
The Mix, yeah.
So you're playing a mix of everything?
A mix of everything, yeah. Like myself as an artist, I do solo shows a lot, and that's been my thing. So in order to do that, you gotta kind of do enough for everybody. So I've learned to do oldies, news, pop, country, rock, hip hop, like all of it.
Yeah.
So we kind of incorporated that into the band, and here we are.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you like a genre more than another genre?
I'm a country boy.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. There we go.
I'm a country boy for sure.
Now that's the thing with the show. There's always a song.
Yeah.
it's not like I'm a country guy. I've been in country radio for 30 years.
Yeah.
And I'm a classic country fan. George Jones, Haggard, Willie, Waylon,
Yeah.
Roger Miller. But this is not what the show is about. It can be any genre of music,
Yeah, for sure.
rock or blues or whatever, as long as they're in the New Brunswick and they have an original song, then we'll try to get them on the show.
Nice.
So you also have an acoustic duo.
Yeah, it's called Acoustic Ease. I met Maxime Ozipo.
You're what?
Maxime Ozipo is his name. He's from Belarus.
Okay.
Yeah, I met him. I was in a band called No Name Road for a little while. And I met him through that band, and he and I just started clicking when it came to just jamming out. We just have so much fun jamming together.
Yeah.
It's insane. But we do a lot of really fun, cool type songs that a lot of people aren't really doing. We do like an acoustic version of "Killing Me Softly."
Oh yeah, that's nice.
But it's like the Bee Gees, or not the Bee Gees, but the Fugees.
Okay.
And so it's just like that kind of stuff, and then we'll all of a sudden whip out I don't know, Backstreet Boys, everybody, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Two
that's really
flat
fun with
tops?
that. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Tell us about the song
Okay.
that you're going to do. First of all, tell us about the guy
Yeah.
that you wrote the song with.
So the story is, I was playing at O'Hickey's on a Monday before his show, the Tuesday of Harvest.
Yeah.
And he walked in, he sat down, he waited till I was done. He's like, "Hey, do you want to chat for a second?" So we went outside, we talked. He just said, "My name's Dan." I was like, "Nice to meet you, Dan. I'm Anthony."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, I've been in this music thing for, a few years." I was like, "Oh yeah, right on." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm just playing."
You had
down
no idea who he was?
No idea. And he's like, "I'm playing down the street tomorrow night." I was like, "Okay, I'm at O'Hickey's." And then I went, "Where could he be playing down the street?" And then I went, "The only place could be the Playhouse." And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "The Playhouse?" He was like, "Yeah, my name's on the marquee or whatever." And I was like, "Oh, cool. So I'm talking to the right person." So we just started chatting and stuff. And I just told him, I haven't really written music before that much. And I had a lot to say. We just really didn't know how to say it that well. Mm-hmm. And I always found something wrong with what I was writing. So he gave me his phone number. And I thought nothing of it. Just went home and was like, whatever. So I told my wife.
Yeah.
And she goes and looks it up on the internet.
Did you mention his name?
Yeah, well, it's Daniel Lanois is his name.
Right.
And he gave me his phone number. I went home, talked to the wife, and she's like, and I said his name. It's like Daniel Lanois, I think is what his name was. I spelled it, or I said it completely wrong.
Yeah.
And so yeah, she typed it in, and she was just like, "Do you know who you were talking to?" And I was like, "Not really." She was just like, "Wow," and then showed me it, and I was just like, "Oh my goodness."
For the folks at home.
Yeah.
This guy has worked with Bob Dylan.
Yep.
He's from Quebec.
Yes, he
Worked
is,
with
yeah.
Bob Dylan.
Yep.
Emmylou Harris.
Yep.
Willie Nelson. Neil Young. He was part of the music, writing, and performing on the movie Sling Blade. He's been to the Grammy Awards. I don't know. Has he won Grammys? I
believe so. Yes, he has.
He's won a couple of Grammy Awards. He's
Produced
probably,
the Joshua Tree album for you too.
Yeah, yeah, and he strolls into a bar and talks to Anthony Gray.
Talks to me. Yeah, it was pretty amazing. So
what was the conversation like?
He just really was super chill. He was just so he didn't make it seem like he was anybody kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was just like talking to a cool guy. So we just chatted, and I just said that I've been doing this since I was about 4, and he's like, "Well, I've been producing since I was 13." And we were both like, "Oh, we're lifers," and that's pretty much how it was. It was just joking around and stuff. So I texted him right after that and was just like, "Hey, I do have a lot to say. If you're free at some point, love to meet up." He's like, "Do you want to go to coffee?" And I was like, "Okay, sure." So I'm driving on the bridge, and I call Allison Hovey, and I'm like, "Dude, do you know who Daniel Lanois is?" Exactly, I said Lanois. And he's like, "You mean Daniel Lanois?" I was like, "Yep." He's like, "Yeah." And he goes on and on and on and on. And I was like, "I'm going to coffee with him right now." He was like, "No." What? No, what?
Yeah.
And he's freaking. So I get down there, I take a picture with him, and I send it to Alan. He's like, "Yep, that's Daniel Lanois." Yeah. So we sat there, we talked for a minute. I had a little bit of something set out. Started writing. Didn't get whole lot done at that point. So he invited me to his show Tuesday night. So I went and saw his show backstage with him, met his band and everything, which was really cool. The next day we sat by the river, just on the benches right there by the Crown Plaza.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We sat right there and we wrote out more of the song. We got pretty much almost all of it done. But then he decided he was going to stay for the night. So he and I went and played pool at Dooley's. Played like 12 games of pool. He kicked my butt.
Yeah.
And we went to Jack's Pizza and got Jack's, and then we went to Crown Plaza, finished the song, and
Really?
that was that. We're still in touch. I still text him all the time.
Wow.
I told him I was going to tell him this story. He's like, make sure you tell them I kicked your butt in pool.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
Like, all right,
Yeah.
sounds good. I will.
Well, that's an amazing story.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It just proves that
Anything can happen.
anything can happen to anybody.
Yeah, and you never know who's going to walk in when you're playing to like 3 people.
Yeah. The name of the song is "To Be Your Man."
Yeah.
Tell us about the song. Tell us about, because you're going to play it here in a minute.
Yeah, definitely. So it's raw, it's real. It's about my life and what I've done throughout, I guess, just with alcohol and stuff like that, and just overcoming that, and just being ready to be the man that I knew that I could be, pretty much. And to be your man is directed to my wife.
Okay. Is there substance abuse in alcohol abuse in?
Not anything like that. It's just something that like I felt like I needed to be more serious, I guess, about things.
Yeah.
So like I just kind of just said, see you later.
And the songwriting between the two of you it was
really good. Yeah, like he knew exactly what I was trying to say and knew how to put it, I guess.
Yeah.
Which was really cool.
He's done it before.
Exactly. I had a book. I should have brought the book. I have a book of like his handwriting, my handwriting, like on each side of it. And like, so yeah, it's really cool. It's a very, very cool story. Pictures taken, all kinds of things.
So what's in it for him?
Absolutely nothing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said about it at his show. He was like, I heard this guy and I wrote a song with him today, and he said that over at his show at the Playhouse, and I was just like, man, just blown away.
So has that spurred your songwriting now?
Yeah, I got about 6 written now.
Really?
Since then, yeah.
And I guess the future now is probably to do an
album of some sort.
Yeah.
I got a song on there that I think my dad wrote as well.
I know a producer.
Yeah.
You know him too.
I do. Definitely.
He can squeeze you in between Dylan and Neil Young.
You never know, right?
Wow.
Yeah,
Did he
crazy.
talk to you about some of these sessions that he's had with Emmylou Harris?
He didn't really.
You two.
He didn't really talk about any of that stuff. Like, he wasn't really about him. It was all pretty much about me.
Yeah.
Like, he was like very just like into helping me write this song.
Yeah.
And he was just very interested in my life and what I was doing. Like, he was super cool. He was
Wow.
just so cool. Yeah, he's the epitome of like the rock star. Like, he wears his leather jacket, he's got his glasses.
Well,
he looks super cool.
I didn't know who the name was.
Yeah.
The name rung a bell.
Yeah.
So I Googled him, went on Wikipedia,
Yeah.
and then I messaged you on Facebook, and I said, "Is this the guy?"
And I was like, yeah, it sure is.
And he does. He's got the sunglasses and the leather jacket,
He's super
and yeah, he looks like
He's a cool dude.
he plays the part well for sure.
Yeah, man.
So, do songs come easy to you? Do they just pop into your head? Do you have to write them right then, or do you write little bits down here and there and then go back to it?
For this one, I kind of I didn't even use a guitar. I just first started just writing down thoughts in my brain that was going into my brain at that point in time, and then it got about half a page there, and it just kind of snowballed from there with his help and
Yeah.
everything like that. But like the past little while, I've been writing with a buddy of mine, John Vautour from Negowak, and he's been writing some really good guitar riffs and stuff for me that have been really good that I've been able to work with, and I've got a few ones that I'm really happy with that I'm excited to put out there. So.
Who do you listen to and watch in country?
I'm a Morgan Wallen type kind of guy.
Okay.
I like Morgan Wallen. I like Luke Combs. I like Keith Urban. I like Vince Gill. I like Alan Jackson. I like,
All good writers, yeah.
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 They're all quite well. So.
Any aspirations of co-writing with other people? Anybody in your band that
Would
writes?
love to, yeah. I've been wanting to do that. I've reached out to a few different people. Carlin Fraser. Do you know of Carlin Fraser?
No.
He's from around here as well. You should probably get him on the show to tell you the
What's
truth.
Carlin?
Carlin Fraser.
Carlin
yeah.
Fraser.
Yeah, he and I were chatting a little bit, and he had written something that was quite good. So I was like, you know what? I'd like to sit down and maybe write with you sometime. And there's Greg Weber too. He's the high school teacher, the music teacher over at FHS.
Okay.
He's Kill Chicago.
Kill Chicago.
Yeah. So he and I have been talking a lot too. He was actually going to help me with this song before Lanois
Oh,
stepped
really?
in on doing it. So I told him about that. He's like, no way. Lanois? And I was like, yeah, man. He's like, that's crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, there's all kinds of great songwriters here, even in the Fredericton area.
Yeah,
and
for
if you
sure.
branch out past the Fredericton area, Moncton and Rogersville area, and all these places, they have some great songwriters.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
reach out if anyone's tuning in. You
Yeah.
know,
That'd be the plan.
You can find them on Facebook.
Yeah.
You're playing more gigs as an acoustic, obviously,
Yes.
than with a band.
Yeah. Solo's just easier to get gigs,
Yeah.
I guess. But
Yeah.
I love playing with my band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of fun, of course, on stage.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Any pre-stage ritual? Do you get nervous before you go on stage?
Sometimes it just depends. Like solo shows, not so much, because I'm kind of just like.
You're in control.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. But like I'll tell you, we the Friday night at the Nashwauk Music Fest last summer, the Mix headlined after Riley, and I was definitely nervous when I walked out.
O'Reilly can generate a good crowd.
He sure can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a rowdy crowd.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. I didn't really know until they shined the lights onto everybody. I saw that and I went, whoa,
Well, when you're on stage,
that's a lot of people.
When you're on stage and the lights are in your eyes,
you have no idea.
you
who's
say,
out there.
oh, look, there's 6 people
Yeah,
down there.
yeah. And then they shined it out and it was like 2,000. I was like, holy moly.
I know,
I
right?
lost it and then I just went off. Yeah, I just had the best show of my
Yeah.
life. So.
It's an adrenaline rush.
Yeah, it was huge. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
a lot of fun.
Super fun.
Best concert, best show that you've ever been to?
Best concert, best show I've ever been to. Probably Keith Urban.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Cavendish, or was it?
I went to the Main Savings Amphitheater and I went to Cavendish as well.
I've never seen Keith Urban.
No?
No. It's a good show.
That's an
Good show.
entertainer right
Yeah.
there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guitar playing and too.
There's a lot of great performers. There's a lot of great festivals
Yes.
here in the Maritimes now.
Yeah.
We got the YQM, we got Cavendish,
Yeah.
we got Fundy Fest, which
Yeah.
is coming up in July.
Somo Fest as well.
Yeah. And there's one. Is that the one in St. John?
Somo Fest is the one that's in Cavendish as well.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah. And there's one in St. John too,
one in
right, on,
St. John,
on the harbor.
Yeah. Area 506.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And are you doing any festivals or any big gigs?
Nothing really yet. As of this point, more so just trying to work on this original material to get it out there as much as I can.
Do you have a producer in mind? I was just kidding about.
Like not, sort of. I guess I've reached out to a few different people. I'm just kind of weighing my options and
Yeah.
seeing
Yeah.
what's best
Yeah.
suited for me.
Cool. Do you have a theme when you're writing a song? Do you have, or is it all?
It kind of just happens. The last few that I've been writing, I just have the riff and then I'll just start playing the riff a little bit and then I'll just start singing something. I'm like, oh, I like that. And then I'll just keep going with that. It's just it's become kind of a natural thing now that I've got the bug, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just took that.
And you do the lyrics first, or the
It
music
depends.
itself?
So the music's usually done for me. For like riff-wise, I wrote my own riff, which was something that was a big deal to me because
Yeah.
I'm not very good when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I wrote my own one to this one that's called Worth It, another one for my wife, that I'm really, really proud of. But that one came riff, then lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A nice hook
Yes.
in the song.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah. Is there a number of songs that you're gearing for before you put the album out?
No, not really. The plan is to maybe release a couple to see how people feel about them.
Like an EP?
Yeah, maybe just
Yeah.
like a few of them, see
Yeah.
how people are
The
feeling.
goal is to get some radio airplay. It's
exactly,
tough to get radio
yeah.
airplay.
It is very.
Back in the day, you could drop a CD off and say,
Exactly.
I'll squeeze it on for
Yeah,
you.
right.
But now it's
Can't do that
kind
anymore.
of tough. But
Yeah.
but you got a lot of YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
Spotify,
Yeah.
you got all these different avenues that people are going with now.
Yeah.
Have you tried? Are you on Spotify or anything?
So with the old band that I was in, we were on Spotify there for a while. But these songs that I'm going to be putting out will be on Spotify and on YouTube, and I'll be doing videos for them and all those things.
That's
just
cool.
Gearing up for it.
I wish you the best of
Excited.
luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. Keep us posted.
Thank you.
And I'll be following you on Facebook, and you can look up Anthony Gray on Facebook
Check
and
me out.
The Mix.
The Mix featuring Anthony Gray and Acoustic Ease.
Yeah, on
Everyone
Facebook
should
and
check it out.
Instagram.
Instagram as well, yeah. The Instagram for The Mix is The Mix NB.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to go to break. Going to come back. You're going to strap the guitar on, and To Be Your Man,
Be your man.
an original song by Anthony Gray, coming up next. Welcome back to There's Always a Song. I'm Brent Buchanan, and in the studio with us, live, an original song, here's Anthony Gray and To Be Your Man.
I'm sitting here thinking about all of the drinking, consuming all of my mind. With the bottle in hand, I felt like the man, but the man could not walk to your door. Where to begin to get out of their skin? I'm moving 1 inch at a time to the echoes of you, sweetness so true, on the dance floor, not so divine. How do I stop? Where do I start? How do I get to your heart? You've been there all along through my liquor and song. I'm ready now to be your man, to be your man, to be your man. Please, please understand. I'll turn up the throttle, I'll give up the bottle. I'm ready now to be your man. There's times in the night when nothing seems right. Your whisperings are so loud and clear, but with you by my side, my depressions they slide to a season of laughter, no fear. How do I stop? Where do I stop? How do I get to your heart? You've been there all along through my liquor and song. I'm ready now to be your man. To be your man, to be your man. Won't you please, please understand? I'll turn up the throttle, I'll give up the bottle. I'm ready now to be your man, to be your man. I'll turn up the throttle, I'll give up the bottle. I'm ready now to be your man. I'm ready to be your man. Sitting here thinking about all of the drinking, consuming all of my mind.
All right, that is Anthony Gray, and To Be Your Man. Thank you, Anthony. Great song and a great story behind that song. Thank you for being on the show. The show is called There's Always a Song with Brent Buchanan. I'm on Pure Country here in Fredericton, and we're always looking for original material from local artists and musicians. If you know someone, you can find me on Facebook. Thanks for tuning in.